paid half or maybe one-third of the salary that the man was paid. And so she was being exploited, ripped off by a capitalist system that was in search of the cheapest labor, a form of slave labor. And she's been struggling from that time, 3 centuries now, to this day, struggling to have some kind of a parity, an equality, equal work, equal pay. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female. When women leave the homes and go out to work full-time, it is an aberration of the subject that you should isolate a single woman who has no husband, no children. That's not the normal woman. Okay? The normal woman is the one who has a husband, and every single woman who comes to the Muslim village and who is not married and who says, I want to be married, we have a duty to find her a husband. Not all men are handsome. No. So you might not get a prince. Not all trees are ornamental trees. Wallahu ambatakum min al-ardi nabata, didn't he say so? So, but you'll get a husband. Might not be an ornamental tree, but you'll get a husband. And it may be a man who already has a wife, and Allah has given him the means to marry another time. So in the Muslim village, we're not going to be promoting plural marriages. No, that's your choice. That's your choice. What we're going to do is to ensure that there is no woman in the village who wants a husband who is without a husband. So the normal woman would be a woman who has a husband, and the normal woman would be the woman who is fertile. The infertile woman is the exception to the norm. And so the normal family would be a family of mommy, daddy, and the children. And then Allah says, Wallahu ambatakum min al-ardi nabata. And Allah has caused you to grow forth from the earth like trees and plants. Every farmer knows that you have to put your nursery plants in a safe, sheltered place. Haven't you ever done farming? You can't just leave your nursery plants with the next door neighbor. You can't leave them with the babysitter. You can't put your nursery plants in the daycare center and go to work. What kind of farmer are you? Mommy didn't do that. A farmer has duties to perform to the nursery plants. And so the woman who is full-time employed outside of the home and who has children will now fail to perform her normal duties to her children. If she thinks that she has fulfilled her duties to her baby, does the baby have any rights? Should we seek the baby's opinion? So we go to the baby and we ask the baby, do you prefer mommy or the daycare center? Guess what the baby says. Yeah. When the baby grows up, the baby does not forget. No. The baby remembers that you were negligent to me. I longed for you, I didn't have you. I wanted mommy. I know daddy had to go out to work, but I wanted mommy. So the baby will pay you back in your own coins one day. When you are now an old woman with a walking stick, and you want to be with your son and your grandchildren, but then your son and your daughter says, Mama, it's not convenient for us to have you at home. We got to go to work, Mama. So we're going to have to put you in an adult home. I call it a junkyard of human beings. That's the feminist revolution. But there are circumstances where, in individual cases, a husband can permit his wife to go out and work full-time, provided that her duties as a wife and a mother are not compromised. And when she goes out to work, you don't go out to work looking like Marilyn Monroe. You don't go out to work to flaunt your beauty. No. وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَغْشَى. The night and that which it shrouds and conceals. You conceal your beauty. You conceal your attraction for your husband. You'll dress in a way which is modest. And when you go out to work, you will dress as a woman, not as a man. I assure you, you're going to be fired within 1 week. Yeah. They don't want you to dress like a woman. They want you to dress like a man. And when you go out to work, you'll have to interact with men, yes. Islam has never prohibited a woman from speaking to a man, but there is a forbidden space in terms of physical contact, and there's a forbidden space in terms of the content of conversation. Next question.
Just to answer...
Abir, I can't hear you. Rosa.
When a woman works and then she has babies, it's a woman's intuition when she knows she has to stay home. So we want to know when a woman draws the line to stay home. It's a woman's intuition. She automatically knows. I have friends at work, and I always tell them, you take your babies from house to house as if they were orphans and they had no mother, and you're alive. And they look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm educated, but I stay home. I got my education. When I have kids, I'm going to teach my kids. Instead of getting somebody else rich, I'll get my kids rich.
Yeah. I normally answer these questions in this way. I recognize that to be a collapsing world out there. I recognize that ship to be sinking. And I recognize that no one can prevent it from sinking. So do not invite me to get on board that ship to solve your problems for you. The sensible thing for me to do is to get off the ship. And having, it doesn't make sense for me to remain on the ship and tell you to get off. So the sensible thing for me is to get off a sinking ship. When I get off the sinking ship, then I invite you to get off as well. That's the Muslim village. And when you come to the Muslim village, then I have a duty to help you to solve your problems. So if you are a woman and a single mother, and the baby's father is not maintaining the baby, we go after him. Karen Eccles is from Brooklyn, and she would tell you, in Brooklyn, you can harass an American woman and get away with it. But don't you dare touch a Muslim woman. Not in Brooklyn. Because if you make the mistake to touch a Muslim woman, all the men are going to turn and pounce upon you like tigers. So in the Muslim village, we're going to go after